Antarctica is one of the least explored, and also the most mysterious places on our planet. Probably that's why there are many conspiracy theories trying to explain many interesting discoveries. But before we take a look at them, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's get started. Antarctica sprawls around the South Pole, lacking a westernmost or easternmost point as all meridians converge at the pole. Undoubtedly, it is the coldest continent on Earth, characterized by extremely cold and dry climates in its central regions. However, it is also one of the most guarded places in the world. This lends credence to numerous theories suggesting that beneath the ice, many intriguing things remain concealed, meant to be kept secret. The inaccessibility of Antarctica and the impossibility of verifying facts contribute to these speculations. Many conspiracy theories began surfacing, particularly after World War II. For decades, it has been believed that this continent looked entirely different in the past, adorned with lush vegetation and teeming with life. According to scientists, a deciduous subtropical forest once covered Antarctica, supported by the discovery of fossils from a total of 13 trees that existed in Antarctica at the end of the Permian period. Presumably, Antarctica was part of the supercontinent Gondwana during that time, stretching across the entire southern hemisphere. The ice in Antarctica emerged around 35 million years ago, occurring over a span of approximately 100,000 years. However, several existing old maps contradict this information, depicting Antarctica completely devoid of ice cover. Can this be rationally explained? One such map was created in 1513 by the Turkish admiral Piri Reis, illustrating a portion of the coastline and interior completely without ice. Author Graham Hancock meticulously examined the map and, to his surprise, discovered that its compilation involved highly complex mathematical calculations. The map is extremely accurate, even in terms of geographical longitude and latitude. According to Reis himself, the map is not an original. The admiral claimed to have assembled it from about 20 much older maps, piecing them together and redrawing them into a unified whole. Some of these maps date back to the 4th century BCE, with one even belonging to Alexander the Great. Another map depicts a connected Siberia and Alaska, proving its origin from a time when continents were truly interconnected. The original inhabitants of South America long ago spoke of a vast land known as Terra Australis, believed to be located far south on the globe. Some argue that this could be evidence that our ancestors not only knew the exact shape and size of the Earth, but also possessed significant knowledge in navigation, cartography, and astronomy, possibly tens of thousands of years before our current civilization. All these fragments of information suggest that life may have indeed existed in Antarctica in the past. According to some, there were even monuments and temples, a theory supported by satellite images showing clearly discernible unusual areas with remnants of ancient structures, including pyramids. Some conspiracy theories propose that these could be the remains of the legendary Atlantis. In Lake Vostok, one of the most renowned locations in Antarctica, purportedly exists extraterrestrial life. This 250 kilometers long and 50 kilometers wide body of water deep beneath the ice has become the subject of extensive research. Scientists from around the world, including Russians and Americans, have been exploring it. In 2001, they unexpectedly halted a deep ice core drilling operation, citing concerns about ancient microorganisms that have been dormant for thousands of years, some of which are still unknown to scientists. They fear that if these microorganisms were to reach the surface, they could potentially cause a disaster. According to other theories, the lake may harbor different forms of life adapted to thrive in dark and cold water. Scientists have also encountered a significant deviation in the geomagnetic field, and the cause remains unknown. Professor Nikolai Vasiliev from St. Petersburg University asserts that this location serves as a gateway to other dimensions, allowing visitors from space to access Earth. Antarctica is often considered a suitable place for searching for ancient lost civilizations or extraterrestrial visitors. Allegedly, there is more evidence of their existence, one of which is the Eltanin antenna. Discovered in 1964 on the ocean floor, it quickly became one of the biggest mysteries of this continent. When American scientists explored the ocean floor near Antarctica in 1964 with the help of the USNS Eltanin, they never anticipated such a discovery. At a depth of almost 5 kilometers, they found something that many consider clear evidence of an advanced civilization. A strange structure they managed to photograph protrudes from the seabed seemingly out of nowhere. It is over half a meter tall, symmetrical, and closely resembles a television or radio antenna. After the photograph was published, speculations immediately spread worldwide. What is it really? While some argued that it was just a piece of material that fell off a ship, others were convinced that the Russians were behind the antenna as part of some secret project. Another possibility was extraterrestrials, or perhaps a lost civilization. American biologist Thomas Hopkins commented on the antenna. "I would not like to say that the thing is man-made because it brings up the issue of how a person would get it there. But it is symmetrical, and all branches are at 90-degree angles from each other. So, there is ongoing debate about it." American writer Brad Steiger also spent many years exploring theories about the antenna, and was convinced that it was a complete anomaly and likely an artifact of extraterrestrial life. The theories are not helped by the fact that the antenna was never found again under the sea. It lies in one of the most inhospitable and inaccessible places in the world, yet some have tried. Did someone remove the antenna on purpose? Internet researchers and conspiracy theorists claim that a new pyramid has been discovered in Antarctica. The alleged discovery is based on recently captured satellite images, where a relatively regular structure resembling a pyramid is indeed visible. According to scientists, it is a natural geological formation. However, alternative theories suggest an unknown advanced ancient civilization that once inhabited Antarctica. These satellite images were taken over the southern part of the Antarctic Ellsworth Mountains, where several prominent dark formations rise above the perpetual snow. One of them indeed has the shape of a regular four-sided pyramid, leading people to speculate that it could be an artificially created structure. This shape is also present in the famous Great Pyramid of Giza, but the one in Antarctica is significantly larger. While the base of the Egyptian pyramid measures 230.6 meters, the length of the presumed pyramid in the Ellsworth Mountains is estimated to be approximately 2 kilometers. Could any human civilization create such a colossal structure? It is known that during World War II, the Nazis searched worldwide for many artifacts and extraterrestrial technologies with the hope that they would provide them with absolute superiority and enable them to dominate the world. For this reason, there is often talk about the construction of a new land and base to unravel in Antarctica. German expeditions reportedly explored this territory even before the outbreak of the war, claiming to have discovered warm, flowing fresh water and ice-free areas covered with vegetation. One of the most remarkable statements comes directly from Naval Admiral Karl Dönitz, who said, "The fleet of German submarines is proud to have built an impregnable fortress, a terrestrial Shangri-La, in another part of the world for the leaders." Is this statement true, and were the Nazis capable of undertaking such a mission? Unfortunately, there is not enough evidence to confirm it. One of the most famous American polar explorers, Admiral Richard Byrd, also sought a mysterious base. This operation was called Operation Highjump and was unprecedented for post-war conditions. 13 ships, escort aircraft, the aircraft carrier USS Philippine Sea, 2 cruisers, and a total of 4,700 fully armed men participated in the exploration. The question arises as to why it was terminated a whole 6 months earlier than planned. In 1947, Byrd shared the acquired information with a Chilean reporter who, under peculiar circumstances, later committed suicide. Byrd also warned the United States government of the threat of an armed conflict. He based his claim on observations of objects flying over Antarctica that, according to him, were capable of crossing from one pole to the other at an unbelievable speed. Were these machines developed by the Nazis during the war, or were they extraterrestrial vessels? These phenomena were also observed by Argentine and Chilean meteorological stations and 3 naval bases. All testimonies concurred on one point. Everyone saw flying saucers in the sky. Scientist Ernst Zundel, who was relocated to the United States as part of Operation Paperclip, claims that these were secret Nazi weapons secretly transported to the South Pole at the end of the war. The Nazis' expeditions to the South Pole are officially confirmed. Even before the war, in 1938, the German ship Schwabenland left Hamburg, heading for the southern continent. During this expedition, 2 planes undertook several reconnaissance flights over the continent, capturing thousands of aerial photographs, many of which were never published. Later during the war, between October 1942 and September 1944, a total of 16 submarines were sunk in the Antarctic region. The most intriguing is the fate of submarine U-859, which set sail in 1944, carrying 33 tons of mercury sealed in glass bottles in waterproof tin containers. Even though it was sunk by the British Navy, the question remains: why were the Germans transporting mercury so far, a substance that can be used in the propulsion systems of spacecraft? Is this perhaps evidence of the production of a secret weapon? That's all from us for today. If you're interested in videos filled with mysterious mysteries, dark stories, legends, or monsters, and you crave more, subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any new videos.